Hey, what's up everyone? VegetarianZombie here. Welcome back to 7 Days to Die. Woo! Look at this. We're in the middle of the desert. I'm actually on my way back to my base. And, you know, we're gonna get some stuff. And I think what we're gonna do, guys, this is gonna come as a total shock to you, is... Oh, jeez. Looks like the idiots are out! Who's coming after me? Who's coming after me? Well, I've been doing a lot of thinking, guys, and you'll definitely want to hear... Oh, this is here. I hate this. Is that I'm thinking our current location is not a good one. Oh, you're dead! That kind of stinks, doesn't it? Ooh, we can craft these things, so we'll read that. Definitely want to keep that stuff. So our current location isn't a very good one. I've been playing a lot of single player. I shouldn't say single player. I mean, I've been playing a lot by myself, and I have a setup very much like the one we have. Oh, you're dead. Oh, jeez, I don't have irons. Can I just pick this guy to death? I'm gonna pick your nose. I guess I can. All right, but I just found out that, like, I got attacked in my own world, and my base got trounced. They basically climbed over the spikes, using that as leverage, and climbed over the walls. So the walls need to be much higher in our current desert town. And what I also have to do is, it's completely unsafe. Like, once they get in there, there's no place I can go. Now I can spend time building a base inside there, but I don't think it's a good place. I think we need to move.
I think it's time to pick up stakes and take off.
Oh, I wish I could cancel this.
Sorry, man.
Alright, we got that, and what else we got here? Oh, okay.
This is where we have the tough decisions.
Alright, we'll choose this. Oh, look at this. I do have an iron reinforced club.
What do you know?
Alright, so we're gonna do a little of this, and
I'll be back.
So what I'm thinking about doing is using that still as a staging area. And then what we'll do is basically do a little more exploring, see what else we can find that will be a suitable base. And ultimately put down stakes and try to survive one of these hordes, because we're having a hard time of it. Oh, magnum grip. I'm not too sure if I have a magnum grip, but we'll trade in the plant fibers for that. And what else we got here? Alright, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the base. I'm going to drop off some stuff, and then I think we're going to do a little exploring and see what we can find. Hey, man. Ah, there she is. And you can see already, like, this has already taken some damage. Now, here's the thing is I've upgraded this. This isn't good enough. This all needs to be iron and scrap iron. That's the only way I'll survive. So when a horde comes here, which they will, they're gonna... Oh, I haven't even upgraded this. They're gonna tear this to pieces. In essence, it's way too big. Way too big for one person. So this is a lost cause.
It's a lost cause, unfortunately.
At least we have enough... Well, we don't even have enough to block out normal zombies. But we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. Okay, I dropped off a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're going to be using this as a temporary base for now. And we're going to keep on moving. And I think what I want to do is get out of the desert. I like the desert.
It's nice.
It's friendly, but I think it's time to move on. Okay, we got some arrowheads cooking up. We got a mini bike chassis, which I might already have. We got that cooking up. And I think we're going to move. So what we're going to do is I want to avoid these wasteland areas here, and we'll just follow this road down here. Let's see what we can find. So if you're a fan of 7 Days to Die, and imagine you do like the game since you've been watching the Let's Plays, is that you should definitely check out the dev blogs if you're interested to know the status of the game, because as you know, this game is in early access, and there's a continuous development. The developers are really good about talking about their plans and so forth. So if you're interested in seeing where the game's going, check out the dev blog. You can just type in 7 Days to Die dev blog in Google. And the lead developer, Madmole, He is currently doing Ask Me Anythings every week. So basically, he puts out a thread on the forums. People replies with all questions, and he just spends these videos, which go for about an hour to an hour and a half, answering questions about where the game's going, and it's really interesting. Just to get a pinpoint on the development community, or the development plan. I actually asked a question, and I got shot down. And one question I asked was about the compass at the top of the screen. Basically, I asked if it could be craftable, because I feel like it makes the game too easy. And that sounds kind of weird, because I think the game should be a little... Sometimes this game's been a little too hard, I think, especially when you're new. But I think what the compass does is it makes searching... It just makes things, finding places, finding your locations in the world, really easy to do, as opposed to navigating the landscape. And that's one of the things I loved about Minecraft, is sometimes in Minecraft you'll wander off the beaten trail and you'd get completely lost. So you would have to bunker down and ultimately find, wait until night or wait until day to ultimately find your way back. And I've had a lot of great adventures that way. So I was kind of hoping 7 Days to Die would follow suit, because this is another large game where getting lost can be really kind of creepy. But they're like, the developer Madmole was like, no, that's going to be too hard. And that was it.
He was like, sorry, too hard for me. You want this game to be harder than it is?
And I'm like, no, not at all. But I wanted to add some sort of, I don't know, adventure to it. But he did suggest about ultimately making a mod for it, and that would be a perfect opportunity for a mod. So I may have to investigate that, seeing if I can make a mod to make the compass craftable. Oh, jeez, I aggroed those guys. So this is a little cemetery. I found this in my own worlds. There's really nothing that interesting inside. There's like a little chapel in here. So we can come in here. Oh god, that's gonna take me forever. I'll have to build some crates, but it's just like a little chapel in there with a coffin, and that's it. There's no loot really to speak of. Okay, this looks like the death zone. I think we might have found an edge of the map. Alright, we're gonna have to test this out. Here we go. Yep. The big problem with the death zone here is, man, it hurts you quick. Like, it does a lot of damage relatively quick. So if you stumble in, like, I just did a test stumble, man, oh, I got hurt. You know, it's like, they need to tone that down. Maybe make it a little less painful on your first step, but increase as you slowly move across. You know, because that's the edge of the world, I get it. But, man, they punish you. Now, the game is also adding a whole bunch of new features in the next alpha. A lot more zombies coming in because they made it easier for them to create zombies. So they're creating more specific biome zombies. And I think that's really cool. They're adding a whole bunch of things like catwalks and drawbridges and really things that make crafting or making base building much more interesting. Of course, it'd be nice if they add some more traps instead of wooden spikes and everything, but
we'll see.
They said they intend to ultimately do that, but they have bigger fish to fry. Is basically their feelings toward doing more traps now. They're also increasing draw distances as well, so that instead of, like, if you have it set right now, I think it's like 8 chunks or 13 chunks distant, then they're still going to be able to draw the chunks afterwards without having to load in the entire chunk into memory, which will give you like a real large sense of the world's going to seem very far off, like the horizon will seem distant, but it's not going to be as resource intensive as if they loaded in the entire chunk. Hey, man! I will say, it's going to be nice to have different zombies for a change. I mean, these HD zombies, I think, are much better than the other ones, but man, once you see them, they're like you know, it's like they're It's just like copying paste over and over again. You know, as far as the world goes, I've been playing Navezgane for a while now. You know, I kid you not, this world almost feels as empty as Random Gen, which is a little disappointing because one of the things they did was increase the size of Navezgane. And one of the things that really appealed to me about this was that it had a sense of order and stuff. It had a sense of deliberation. It wasn't just random things thrown in here. But I'll tell you what, this feels exactly like a random generated world. Just these random broken down things. And, you know, you get a stop sign or you'll get a speeding sign that makes it feel a little bit more alive, so to speak. But I don't know. On the whole, I think I'm disappointed with Navezgane. And it's funny, when they first announced that they were doing, here you can see we're in the middle of this nothing wasteland. When they originally released Alpha 15, or is this 14? They were talking about how they increased Navezgane and so forth. Oh, look at this. Did we come here before? No, we didn't. They had talked about this, and a lot of YouTubers who do 7 Days to Die started off with Navezgane Worlds. And one YouTuber who I follow, Meatwagon, he quickly switched over to Random Gen. I didn't quite understand why he did that at the time, but I'm very tempted to go back to Random Gen. Oh, jeez. Look at that wind up.
That was cheap. That was cheap, man.
You were using hacks. You dead? No. Alright, we gotta take some painkillers. Oh, so look at this. We found a garage, so this is maybe where we can find stuff for our mini bike, which ultimately we're gonna need. And that goes over there. So let's take this place out and do a little searching. What's going on? Oh, am I out of arrows?
Huh. Nope, I am not.
Oh, geez. Right, you're moving a little too fast. You're gonna get an arrow in the face. Alright, let's see if we're getting any zombies spawning behind me. Anakin, I got the high ground.
No, you got an arrow in the face.
What?
Come on. There we go.
Oh, jeez. Oh. I do like how the zombies can, you know, their movement isn't so linear, so that they'll twist their head at the last second. Oh, these guys keep coming. What are you doing? Oh. Oh, jeez. This is bad. Oh.